my good thing is I have got this adult coloring book. I know, like whenever I used to get it in childhood, I would be like, "Hey, coloring nahi karna." But now I have it, so it's quite relaxing in the middle of chaos. So yeah, I love my coloring books and my color pencil, and I'm like holding on to it very, very preciously. So yeah, I shall tag. I'll take a free hit. I'll tag Shubham Pugare if I'm not wrong. If I'm not saying it wrong, Shubham Pugare. You have a very interesting DP. That's why. Are you there? Oh, please unmute and tell us your good thing. Sanjana will take like two more.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Shubham, you can go. My net is slow. Okay. Tag someone in the chat. I'll call their name out. Can you allow me to chat here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is already open. Oh. Till then, I'll tag one. Uh, Kasturi Ranade. Ran. Kasturi. You there? Wow. Dead silence.
Okay, can we have the Krishna Priya ma'am to tell her a good thing? Like it would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Ma'am, please share.
Okay. I'd like to tell that I take Balvika's class, for it's like education and human values. And we're doing the Ganga quest now. And I would say that, two of my kids, they have, given one and second part. So I'm very happy about that.
Oh,
So that's my good thing.
nice.
Thank you so much for sharing. I'll tag like Sakshi. Sakshi told me like college. Just a second. Uh, Vishasha, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead and start with the flow of the call. Sakshi told me like you will be taking it over.
Yeah, before that, can you give me the permission for recording?
Yes. Just a second. Oh. Wait.
I think it's recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll record it on my screen and then I'll send you the recording.
Okay.
You can take it over.
So hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Myself Vishasha Mishra and I am the head of CSR committee. So CSR is here with our next amazing event and I welcome you all to this most interactive and wonderful workshop. Our today's session is in association with UNI organization. So let me provide you all a brief overview on UNI. UNI Trust is an India-based volunteer-driven organization that believes in the vision of building communities of change. It was founded by Mr. Satish Manchikanti and Mr. Ajit Sivaram. UNI Trust drives positive change in the spheres of education, child and women welfare and mental health. The mission of this organization is to provide non-formal education for underprivileged women and children. Also, UNI maintains a teacher-student ratio of 1:3, which ensures individual attention across their 97 learning centers in 25 cities with more than 2,000 students and 3,000 plus volunteers in India. The outcome of the program is to support the children they teach and transform them into adults who excel in the classroom and beyond, eventually breaking out the cycle of poverty. And through their after-school learning program, UNI teach invest in children from underprivileged backgrounds with courses in English, maths, science, and social studies. Now, I would like to give an overview of holistic education model and courses provided by the UNI organization. Under this umbrella, UNI run a 360-degree program where children are given a holistic education through science camps, field trips, art workshops, career building workshops, life skilling training, and access to a library of books, medical camps, and even counseling in order to build their confidence. and their goal is to give every student the opportunity to shine in the classroom and beyond. And also, as we mostly hear that 9 out of 10 students who study in government schools drop out before the 10th grade. UNI Teach is an after-school program that aims to educate the lesser privileged youth and help them stay in school. They provide tuition classes to the students, which helps them excel at different subjects like math and science. UNI also aim to reach out to the students who already dropped out of school and have no basic education. They make sure that these kids have an opportunity to learn as well. The courses which are offered by UNI are like tutoring. With a teacher-student ratio of 1:3, teachers at UNI ensure that students understand what they are learning and what are they able to not just keep up but excel in the school. And the most important course is they teach English. The English course consists of 5 levels from primary to advanced. It is an activity-based curriculum developed by Macmillan Publishers. So basically, UNI Teach operates with the mission of ensuring impactful, high-quality education for underprivileged students in order for them to lead successful lives. So this was all about UNI organization. And now I would like to introduce you all to speakers of our today's session. So with us, we have the leaders of UNI, Ms. Sanjana and Ms. Naina, and also Ms. Sanjana. And we have UNI volunteer from our college, that is Ms. Sakshi Kasar. So without wasting any time, let's begin with the session. Handing over to you, Ms. Sanjana.
Yes. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. It was really nice. So I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Sanjana Aute, and I'm a second-year student, and I'm doing my bachelor's in arts, and I'm also a leader at UNI.
Hello. Amon.
Wow.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Naina, and even I'm a leader at UNI. I'm currently pursuing my master's in life sciences, and I'm in my second year right now. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sanjana Rane. I have completed my master's in biotechnology, and yeah, I'm also a leader at UNI.
Yeah, so like let's not waste any time, and we have our time for the session was 6 p.m. so we have started the session late. So I'm just giving you guys a little disclaimer that we might end the session thoda sa late, zyada nahi but thoda sa. So yeah, let's start with the session. I'll just run it. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Yes. So I am pretty sure, you all are wondering, you all must be yawning after the boring day, after so many lectures you have attended, it is going to be a boring session. But I promise you, it won't be a boring session. It has to be an interactive session. And trust me, by the end of the PPT, I promise and we all will try to change a mood from this to this. Okay. But for this to happen, we have to follow some things, and there are a few instructions which you all have to follow. Can we go ahead? Yeah. So the first thing is you all have to unmute yourself whenever necessary. Just unmute yourself. Just feel free to ask questions if you want to cheer us or anything. Just unmute yourself and just interact with us, and it would be great. And the next step would be just turn on your cameras. Okay, it is just I can only see 2 or 3 people switching on their cameras, and it would be great seeing new faces. So please just turn on your cameras and just make us feel very supporting and encouraging. So yeah, moving ahead, the third thing you have to do is, so you all have the reaction panel in front of you, right? So if you don't want to unmute yourself by chance, so you can always use the reaction panels and show us some love. Like you can show us what you are feeling right now. And yeah, and the last thing which you all have to do is just keep the chat box popping. So as we did the good things in the chat box, so henceforth we will ask you some questions or something. So just keep the chat box popping and show some love in the chat box. So are all the instructions clear? And if yes, so just just turn on your competitive spirits, because now what we are gonna do is we are just gonna play a small game. Yeah, so it's game time basically, and the name of the game is how did I go from this to this. So I'm assuming that some of you, not some, many of you are on Instagram, and you might have come across this reels like how did I go from this to this, the transformation part. So we are going to do something very similar, and you'll be all shown childhood personality pictures of some famous personalities, and you all have to guess who that person is. Okay, and you will have 3 to 5 seconds to guess that person, and then we will reveal all the answers. Okay, please can I get some who's and ahs? Just unmute yourself and just show me some excitement.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, great. Okay, it's the first person. Yeah, can you tell who this
Mahendra Singh
person is?
Dhoni.
MS Dhoni.
Okay. Yes,
MS Dhoni.
yes. So he is Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and one thing about him that he was a traveling ticket examiner at Kharagpur railway station for 2 years. And guys, आज उसका मैच भी है, सब धोनी का मैच भी है, so please जाके देखना. There are many crazy CSK fans here, so please go and watch his match. So yeah, moving ahead, we have this little cute boy. Can you answer like who this person is?
APJ Abdul.
Okay, any more guesses? Are there any answers in the chat box?
No, not yet. You guys, you're all free to type it down in the chat box as well. Yeah, we'll read it out loud. Yeah.
Only one person has guessed. Come on, one more person. Come on, guys. Any random guess is also fine. कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. It's okay.
Sanket says Devendra Fadnavis, and Lavina says it's APJ Abdul Kalam.
Okay. Yeah. So can I get the answer? Yeah. So you are absolutely right. So he is Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, and his very famous quote that you have to dream before your dreams can come true. And this is one of the quotes which I actually just feel it very right, and I just feel it is very apt. So yeah, going ahead, we have this girl. So can you guess who she is?
Kalpana Chawla.
Okay, any more guesses? Only one
Tina
guess.
says Kalpana.
Kalpana Chawla.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the answer to this is so yes, she is Kalpana Chawla, and she was an American astronaut. She was an engineer, and she was the first woman of the Indian origin to go to space. Yeah. So yeah, next we have this girl. So can you all guess? This might be thoda sa tricky, but you all can guess. Any random guess is fine. Any guess, any random guess.
Malala Yousafzai.
Okay. Any more guesses? Malala, okay. Yeah, can I get the answer?
Yes.
Yeah. So she is Malala Yousafzai. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you audible.
There's some sort of just give me a second.
Yes.
Now you all can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So she is Malala Yousafzai, as you all know, and her very famous quote: "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the whole world." So yeah, indeed, it is. The quote speaks for itself. So yeah, next we have this person. Yeah, can you guess who she is? If you all want hints, you can ask for hints. It's fine. Are there any answers?
Mithali.
Mithali Raj,
Mithali Raj.
Okay.
current Indian captain of.
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. So yeah, she is Mithali Raj, and she is the highest run scorer in women's international cricket. And you all know that she is the only female cricketer to surpass the 7,000 run mark in women's one day international. So yeah, we have the next person, and yeah, can you guess who he is?
Munjalji.
Can you repeat your answer? I did not hear you. Are there any guesses in the chat box?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Mandela.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yes. So he is Sir Nelson Mandela, and one of his again very famous quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. So yeah, we all look up to him. He's a great personality. So the next photo which we have is this girl. So can you guess who she is?
Helen Keller.
Okay. And any more guesses?
Pratna also says it's Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Okay. So can I have the answer?
Just Teresa.
Yes. Yeah. So unfortunately, like whoever said Helen, it is wrong. So she is Mother Teresa, and her very, very, very famous quote, and not quote, but then she always used to say that if you judge people, you have no time to love them, and which is actually true. And we should actually spread love and not hate. So yeah, coming to the last photo we have here. Yeah. So what do you think, what does the future hold for the children in today's society? How will the transformation of these kids will look like? How will they go from this to something they want to become? And while we are busy building our dreams, they have no alternative but to build our dream homes. And they have their own aspirations of wanting to be respected and known in the society, but have no means to do so. It's a very harsh reality, but only change can only come forth when we as individuals accept it. And the other personalities which you saw above, like the famous personalities, they obviously had their own struggles, they had their own ups and downs, but they also had proper guidance and proper support. And their wings are spread out wide, and now they soar the skies. But what about these million children who are born without wings? So whatever I'm saying, it won't make sense if we don't see the other part of the side, or we don't see some ground realities. So next we will be seeing some interesting facts about the reality of education which the children are getting.
All right. As Vishasha already mentioned while she was introducing all of us, that 9 out of 10 kids in government school drop out before they reach college. So, would anyone like to unmute themselves and answer what might be the reason that these kids have to drop out before even reaching college? And midway, why do you think they have to drop out of schools and not go to colleges?
Financial limitation.
Right, financial limitations and
maybe they are not allowed from home to continue with their college study.
Agreed, agreed. Okay. Nobody to guide them properly, right?
Also, due to financial issues, they try to help their parents.
Right, absolutely. Child labor, we get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nena,
Yes.
Komal is
Maybe
saying,
the surrounding.
yeah.
The surroundings, yeah. Sanjana, you were saying something.
Yeah, Komal is saying like because of financial condition, their family background also.
Agreed, agreed, totally agreed. So, 9 out of 10 people have to drop out of their schools before they even reach colleges because of their conditions around them, right? Be it their poor economic status, be it just to help out their family with financial crisis and nobody to guide them properly, right? So, we'll look after some of the major issues or major parts of such reasons which actually lead the children before they even reach colleges to drop out. Can we go to the next slide, Sanjana? Yeah. So when we speak about English, I mean, out of these 9 kids who actually drop out of the school, there might be, I mean, majority of children who are very bright and can explain every single thing in their native language. But when it actually comes to explaining things in English, um, we believe, I mean, they fall short of words, right? Like they fall behind. We believe and we know every language is equally important and every language should be given equal amount of importance. But English being a universal language takes a toll on one's growth in certain areas where even after passing out SSC or even after passing out 12th standard, it is quite difficult at times to get proper jobs. So why would that be? So again, it comes to the quality of education as well that they get. So when you, when you have at least 40 kids in the same classroom and there is just one teacher, say maximum, there would be two teachers at a time handling all of those kids. There is so much of chance, like there is such a huge chance that not every individual kid would get that much amount of attention and not every individual kid would be guided according to their needs and served with what they actually deserve, right? So the quality of education over there actually gets a little lower. And let's speak about how how this thing affects the kids. Can we move to the next slide, Sanjana? Yeah. So 52% of the fifth grade students cannot read second grade textbooks. And trust me, I've been a volunteer, and while I was volunteering during my volunteer days, I used to teach a kid who was in fourth standard, okay? And this kid had the knowledge of UKG kid who had to be taught phonics and what was the sound of A, what was the sound of B, B, and all of those things. So it really becomes hard for the kids to even cope up with their own grade studies as well, right? Moving ahead to the next stats, where 56% of 8th grade students cannot do simple division, even when it comes to reading those questions and trying to understand, or even if they would know, like this is supposed to be done with this particular problem, reading really, really, holds them back at some or the other place. Yeah. So, what else? I mean, mostly all these kids that we talk about are first generational learners, where I mean, they are the very first people from their whole family to go and get a proper education in schools. So, when we say that these kids are first generational learners, there is also a part where we say that they don't get proper role models or don't understand what is exactly right and what is wrong. There is nobody to guide them, right? There won't be anybody to even let them know, like, you can take this particular path after this, or what are you supposed to do. When we were kids, even though we did not know what role model meant, like, but we would have all had some or the other role model, right? They keep on changing throughout your life, but you have one. My role model, my very first role model used to be my Latta teacher, who made sure that I did not cry and was always paying attention in the class. Yeah. So being a first generational learner and coming from a background like they do, becomes a little confusing at times to choose the correct path, leading to dropout and getting into unwanted company or doing child labor and all of those things. So how do we bridge this gap? You see the seesaw, right? It's completely one way down. How do we try to balance it? Actually, would you like to shed some light on it? How do we do that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So just before the session, I told Trupti a few things that I will be talking about. But he said, Sakshi, just go spontaneous. Just tell what you felt from within. So I'm just going to be spontaneous, whatever my story was. So I came to know about you and I from a friend, and I was like, I was searching for this opportunity since when. So I applied, and I got a call. They interviewed, and I joined it. So I remember the first meeting of you and I, where I'm basically part of the Sunlight project, which runs online. So the warmth in the community, the family, it is a family. Trust me, you and I is not just an NGO, which is, you may imagine it something like, okay, but of course, like now you must have all experienced. There was music, there are cheers to you, uh, people read your messages in the chat box here, they support you what you feel. So this is all just not for this session, okay? Every session at UNI is like this, like I would say the they maintain a good balance between professionalism and what we want to achieve, from imparting education. So there are some policies like child protection policies, which are and they should be protected. So their identity should not be revealed. So I would just share my experience. Like initially I was mapped with a 10th grade kid, and she would just understand Marathi. So I had to translate, and I was going to teach gravitation to her. So it was just the first session that I remember so clearly, that I translated Gurutwak and Akarshan. And that way I was, initially it was a little bit difficult for me, but then and we went on understanding the concepts, and in the end, when I saw the smile on her face, that is a true blessing, trust me. And it makes your whole day. There is nothing bigger than that. You must be feeling, I have so many problems, मेरे problems मतलब मेरे problems को ले है already इतने, मैं किधर किसी को help करने जाऊँ. But trust me, this is the opposite. You will feel that you may not be able to contribute your bit वगैरह, but it's not really that. When you join the community, you become a part of the community, you'll feel that everyone has problems, everyone has it. And it is just a small decision, you choose to do this. So there are weekly calls every Friday at our project. So there we share our good things, our affirmations. We share what happened in our classes, and how I taught. So it is basically all the teachers, all of the volunteers are connected. So there was one incident, when I was so currently I'm mapped with a nursery kid. So initially I thought, why should such a teeny tiny kid be taught, such an initial stage? She should just play. And the moment I met her, I realized that it is just the people like us who are privileged, who think like that. When you just for one moment you that forget that you are what you are, and you think from the perspective of the parents of these children, you'll realize that they feel that their lives are nothing. I mean, the education of their kids is more than their own lives. So it is that important for them. And it is at the age of nursery, and whether it is LKG or so, everything starts from there. And it's really very important. So I began teaching her phonics, and So how to pronounce, A, B, C, and the C, K. So all these sounds, and how to associate pictures with. So I have this big teddy bear over here at my home. I use it like a prop, and then I get puppets, and so initially I had no idea how to teach such a small child, that too through virtual platform. The first thing, actually, honestly, to be very honest, that came to my mind was, how is this going to work online? But you and I, broke all the biases and the presumptions that I had for virtual. So initially I tried teaching her, and she's very unstable. So little children, we know, she dances, she moves, she sometimes she vanishes away, and there is only one chair I see. So initially it was very challenging, and then we had to work it out. It's I thought, like, how to do. Then we have a group, uh, excuse me. So we have a group which is UNI Gateway group, where people post ideas, volunteers post videos or photos, like, okay, this is how I taught her. I put this samosaka image and I put it like a triangle. So I told her, like, this is a triangle looks like this. So such tiny ideas are shared on that group, so everyone gets ideas to how to cope up this bridge of online. And so even my idea was put over there, and everybody got, so affirmations. And here at UNI, you do not get unnoticed. Everyone, literally everyone gets affirmations, everyone gets encouraged. So it's not only about the children that they care. They UNI cares about the volunteers as well. And that is where it all starts. If it is made sure that we all are happy, we all are free with our brains, we share ideas. So you sometimes get to see other volunteers classes as well. So I remember one child, I would not reveal the name, because I told about CPP. So it's like so fun watching him learn, always singing songs or saying something, and he is the one actually leading the class, and the teacher has to say, okay, let's get back to it. And this is really fun over here in UNI. Even if you see the 10th grade kids or the secondary school children, so even there, the teachers, the volunteers are all prepared with the PowerPoint presentations. They have a discussion prior to the class, and it's not too much, trust me. It's just like 2.5 hours max to max. And one is weekly call, and one is like either you teach on Sunday or Saturday. So it's just the small time, and it makes your whole week. It really makes your whole week. I personally will share an incident, like it was a really worst day for me. And I received just yesterday I had my UNI class, and I did this prop thing. I got my puppet, and I told her, my kid, like kid, we all say kids and all there, so it's totally our common language there. So I with the puppet, I danced with her, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So somebody posted that on the group, and everybody was like, wow, affirming me for that idea, and it was recorded and was shared. So that day I felt completely, homely. Like I for the just before that I was like, this is really the worst, and how it's gonna work. But reading those messages, it's just it's just amazing. So, and one more thing that I would like to share here. Before, like, it was just 1 month that I had joined UNI, and there is this auntie who cleans our house. So I just one day I just wondered that UNI physical centers would be so interesting. It would be so fun teaching at the actual UNI physical centers, because this is online, but still it's so fun. But so physical centers would be so much more. So I just thought maybe I should ask the auntie, uh, do you have kids, or do they go to school or something? So she told that it has been 1 year that she's been locking her kids at home. She goes to work, and their father has the smartphone, but it's just one, and he goes to work. So basically they don't do anything. They're just at home and waiting for the parents to come. And so I asked her, I don't know where I gained that confidence from, but I guess it's just from you and I. So I asked her. I just I was stammering. I was literally stammering. But I asked, should I teach your kids? She wouldn't let me complete, and she literally said, please take them. When should we start? How should we start? And and that moment, just one thing I had. Oh my God, it's because of the community, and I shared this experience with my Sunlight people, the team members, and they were also reminding of their own physical experiences. There the children play, and you do a lot of origami, you get colors with yourself, and it's just fun. So the best thing in one line, if I have to say about UNI, is you enjoy what you do. You enjoy teaching, you enjoy learning from the kids. They give you challenges, you learn. You feel like you're doing some change. You see those smiles, you see how they're enjoying. They affirm you in the end. So at one point, you have to say initially that, okay, what did you like from this class? At one point they themselves start doing this. They themselves tell you that, oh Didi, I enjoyed this class, we had fun, so खूप मजा आली. आपण नंतर आपण असं गेम खेळूया. The bond that you share, the bond becomes so amazing. And I see the smiles on the faces of Naina, Sanjana, Adi. It's just because they're related to the peak. So it's just amazing, and it is really transformational. It is just not restricted to this. It will I have ACS BCB student chapter at Bombay College of Pharmacy. KP ma'am, Krishna Priya ma'am gave us the permission, and it's just amazing here. So the good things and the affirmations that we do usually at UNI, I try to implement this over here. And it really helps. It helps you build a good team, and it's all about the good team that UNI is building and helping towards bringing a change. So like there are a lot of things to talk about. So if anyone wants to talk, I'm always ready to chatter, and I am always ready to tell you. So like great experiences, in management. So even I participated in the fundraising campaign, and after that, we so the fundraising is basically for 1 year. You you get funds, and you I mean UNI team. So it is for the donation of the devices, or some kids don't have resources. So in physical centers they have set up different devices, repaired it. So some people also donate devices, so they are repaired, and all that fund goes into this. So in that, there was an open mic event, so I participated in that. There also all my presumptions got broken. Virtual. There were cause. So it was just fun. And even after that, it's not like you organize an event, you take feedback, and it's done. There is an after party where you all enjoy. You discuss what were the highs and lows, and there is even highs and lows are everywhere. Like after every class, you discuss with your leader, you tell them this was the problem I faced. So there is pre-class logs, then there is post-class logs. So everyone is so properly managed, while managing the professionalism, while managing the state of mind of the volunteers, of the leaders. And you get to connect with so many people, so many diverse people. You get to have a beautiful bond with these kids that you may never forget. So it may go on endless, but we are short of time. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really fortunate to be a part of UNI.
Thank you so much, Sakshi, for shedding some light on what we do. I mean, your whole journey. It's just an example of, you know, how brilliantly a volunteer can change a kid's life, and you know how we all as individuals can, you know, impact everybody by as least as what we could do. Yeah. So I think let's not wait anymore. We could move ahead with the presentation. Sanjana, would you please share the screen? Yes. So as Sakshi mentioned that we start from English, like, I mean, when it is very hard for the kid to understand the language that she would be or he would be reading, just by teaching the kids English, how to write it, how to read it, and how to speak, can create wonders. So I'll give you a small example. Let us see if you can relate to it. And yeah, so how many of y'all have come across these ads so far? Any idea which ads are these? You can unmute yourself, speak up, you can put it down in the box, whatever is fine by you. Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Sanket says Amul butter, asli butter.
Oh yes, exactly. So, so the thing is, when I was a small kid, I'd always come across hoardings like these, and every time it happens, so I try to read it. And especially these ads have a sweet place in my heart, because every time my school bus passed across one of these, I'd make sure I read it, okay? And now, as I have grown up and I still cherish this memory, but back then I never really realized like how privileged was I. And I mean, I didn't know that my teachers were so good that they taught me how to really read, what was the concept of phonics and all of those things, right? Now, imagine you being such a teacher who helps a kid read their very first book, their very first newspaper, and their very first article, or maybe their very first ad holding itself for that matter. And then imagine this kid getting into that chain, and that chain continues to a part where your kid, the one who taught you taught to whom, that kid is teaching other kids do the same things. Yeah. Moving ahead, so we also provide tuition classes. So when we said that the learning lag is actually quite huge. Okay, so the fifth grader kid cannot read second grade textbooks. So tuition classes are something which actually helps covering the learning lag as well. And also, I mean, as every kid already knows this part, that I mean, the passing percentage has dropped down this year, and also they know that they would pass up until 7th or 8th standard for sure, right? So I mean, the learning lag really matters a lot to be covered. So tuition classes really do help in covering those learning lags. And when we say that we also cover the learning lag, and the mapping that we usually have with the kids is not like we have 20 kids per volunteer. Okay, so one volunteer would max to max teach 3 kids at a time. Okay, so can we go to the next slide, Sanjana? Yeah. So we won't say that you literally end up being a role model for your kid, but you are going to be one of those reasons that your kid chose the right role model. Or if you are actually, you know, very good at doing your job and you're doing it all, giving it all, you might end up actually becoming your kid's role model. Yeah. So what is the impact that we created this year?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Talking about the impact, okay. So like I'll be talking all about the technical aspect of UNI. So like back when this COVID situation started, so like obviously we were not all prepared, right, for things like these. Yeah, for things like these, like be it our school, be it our colleges, be it our workplaces, everything just went to a standstill. No one was prepared for this, but yeah, we all did figure out our ways, and so did you and I. So as Sakshi mentioned about the donate your device campaign, so it was all about, you know, donating your unused laptops or mobile phones or tablets to these kids. And like you and I also donated tabs to the centers. and we donated around 248 devices all over. And then like we after like once the devices were donated, like we had two models. So this is like the worksheet model via WhatsApp. So it is like, you know, you teach your kids using WhatsApp. Like you form a WhatsApp group and then you add on the kids and volunteers, and then volunteers teach the kids via WhatsApp. So this is basically done for the centers or which are located in slums, like slum areas or remote areas where we cannot really go and teach them. And also it is like, you know, they don't have that much network connectivity. Hence we use this worksheet model. Then coming on to this Zoom model. So Zoom model is basically for the centers that have like comparatively good connectivity issues, connectivity. And then like the volunteers teach the kids using Zoom as the platform. And then going on to the community. So like our volunteers are our community, and obviously like this is a volunteer driven organization, and like if it wouldn't have been for our volunteers, we wouldn't have been here. So this is our volunteer community for the year 2019-20. And talking about UNI Mumbai, so UNI Mumbai was started off in the year 2015, and we started off with 3 centers, and we catered around 50 children, and we had a community of 70 volunteers. And now here we are in the year 2020-21 with around 11 centers catering around 250 children and a community of 344 volunteers. So like talking about certain, like these are the centers that we have across Mumbai. So your first center is in Kalwa, then we have our centers in Borivali, Malad, Matunga, and then Dadar, Sandus Road, Cotton Green, Airoli, Tilaknagar, Sanpada, and that is the Project Sunlight. So Project Sunlight is basically for the blue collar, like for the people like who work in like as maids or as watchmen. So like they cannot afford putting their kids in comparatively acha school, right? So it's like it's an online platform, like we teach the kids online pura. And then so how can you make a difference? So obviously, stepping on to something like this requires commitment. And talking about commitment, so what we have is like teaching 3 hours in a week. So it's just 3 hours in a week. And then we have our academic year, which is for 9 months, and then 80% attendance. So that is like after the end of 9 months, you will be given a certificate from UNI. And that certificate, like it will be an add-on to your resume. Like if you want to go for further studies abroad, so like that would be an additional benefit. And then so why should you volunteer? Like apart from experiencing something good, first would be leading a movement of change makers, like working with like-minded people. That really makes a difference. And the second thing would be brilliant teacher training. So like we are really not born teachers, but it's like when you are put into something, you will explore yourself. Like you don't really know if you are capable of even teaching. But when you see the kids and when you are given these challenges, that really makes a difference. Third would be a UNI certificate, as I told you. So it's like if all the 3 commitments are checked, you'll be given a certificate from UNI after 9 months. And then is like impacting children and making a change that is worthy. And then so this is how you can apply for volunteering. So now that you have attended the workshop, we will be sending you all the links on your WhatsApp groups. And then after that, you just have to fill that form. And the recruitment for this year will start from the month of May or June. So as and when the recruitment starts, we will just contact the people who have filled the form. And then yes, talking about this, I would like to call upon Adi to share his story. So yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Adi Fernandez, and I am in the final year of my electronics engineering from VESIT in Chembur. I don't know how many times I've actually shared my story now to a lot of people at very different occasions. Sometimes it has been formal, sometimes it has been extremely informal. But there's one thing that literally ties it all down together is that I never have a game plan, that I never need to think what I need to speak about. I never need to decide, okay, these are the pointers that I need to speak about. I just go out there and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to share what I feel. I'm just going to share what my heart says. And that is exactly what UNA has done for me. The experience has been that magical that I can literally be woken up at 3 a.m. at night and they'll be like, okay, Adi, tell me why I should join UNI. And I will be able to convince them why they should join UNI. That is exactly how this journey has impacted me. So now let's talk about a few things that have happened to me over a period of this 2 years. Like I'm going to complete around 2 years now in June. So, well, one first thing that I would like to state is confidence. I mean, to be very honest, okay, 76, yeah. Okay, so around 76 people are watching me right now. I know everybody's watching me. I know people are thinking, okay, who he is, what is he doing? There are so many things that comes to your mind, but I'm not thinking about that. I mean, I was the kind of person who would be afraid to go on stage, would be afraid to talk to people, and especially so many people, as a matter of fact. And yet, UNI has made me comfortable to do all of this so seamlessly that I can literally come up with without a game plan and I can speak my heart out. That has literally been one of the major changes or major character shifts that I've had in this journey. Apart from that, there are so many other things. Like it has made me so much more kinder, so much more empathetic, so much more grateful about what I already have. And it's like, it's just the little things that, actually make my day nowadays. Like, it's like, those little moments of joy. It's like whenever I come to the center, like I'm one of the leaders of the center, and it's like, whenever I come to the center and I don't switch on my camera, the kids start saying, Adi Dada, camera chalu karo, Adi Dada, camera chalu karo. And see, no matter how bad my day is or how good my day is, no matter what happens, it's just that whenever I hear those words, I switch on my camera. And irrespective of how my day has gone, I'll have a smile on my face because of the way they just say it so lovingly. "Adi Dada, camera chalu karo." And that's just quite literally it. Like, that's my journey. That's how it has been. It has made me more loving, more kind, more caring. And the way it has impacted me, it has changed my entire perspective about life in general. See, the moment I say all of these words, it may sound as if I'm exaggerating, but trust me, guys, I really mean each and everything that I'm saying right now. And well, you know, the impact that is created, I have seen it firsthand. It's been 2 years since I'm here, and I've seen it firsthand, the impact that has been created. The kids who were not willing to speak at the beginning, whenever we wanted them to speak in English, towards the end of the year, they come out in front of all the volunteers and all the kids that are there at the center, and they recite a poem. That has happened. This is not something that I'm making up. This has happened at the center last year. And just that moment, I couldn't stop smiling. Like, you can see the smile on my face right now. It's the exact same smile that I had throughout that moment because of the way I realized that the small, like, just imagine 3 hours of your time every week, and you can make such a huge impact that a child is confident enough to come and speak in front of everybody. The same child who was not willing to speak at the beginning of the year. That has been the impact that UNI creates. And, I mean, I'm not gonna, say more about the kids aspect of it because you all already heard a lot about it. But let me tell you what it is going to do to you. Because at the end of the day, another important aspect of whatever we're putting our time into is what is happening to us. Are we growing? And trust me, guys, the answer is yes. Exponentially, yes. We are growing. Each and every day, I get to learn something new from my fellow volunteers, from my fellow leaders, from the kids, every single moment. And I'm not going to milk this speech much. The last thing that I would like to say, it's probably not going to be easy. Some things, they just sound a little difficult. Some things sound easy. But at the end of the day, we know some things are just not going to be easy. But at the end of the day, when you're having a bad day or you're having a good day, whatever, and the kid just comes up to you and says, Adi Dada, how are you? Adi Dada, kaise ho? Adi Dada, like they call me, Scissor Dada at the center because I have not cut my hair for a very long time now. Those little moments of joy are what make all of this worth it. And guys, let me tell you one thing. See, UNI is not going to be a journey for you all. It's going to be a new life. And trust me, I hope each and every one of you is able to live that. So yes, thank you so much for your time, guys. And thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I hope to see you all in there.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story. As always, from the time I have had the first conversation with you, Adi, on the call, it has been an amazing journey to hear like your intention behind what you're doing and why you're doing stuff. Before going ahead, like, can you all hear me properly? My webcam is not working. Oh yeah, I can see thumbs up. Oh, people are following rules. Good to know that. Cool. Please share the PPT, Rane. Yeah, awesome sauce. That's a beautiful, handsome Adi. Uh, yeah, like you can see, like 5 or 4 people on the Zoom today. Like they have turned on their cameras. They are representing UNI, and I like on the behalf of the community, and on behalf of being in UNI for over 5 years, from starting a volunteering journey, like a very shy, timid volunteer, to here as a manager today. I can tell you that you can never doubt a small group of thoughtful, committed citizen can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that has happened. I have seen centers like starting on the first day. Like I have gone to a community center in Kalwa. There are pigs rolling down. There is an aluminum sheetka center, and from there, like the kids coming in, proper water bottle, a bag, tying their heads properly, wearing a chappal because that was not the case before. From learning hygiene lessons to coming in the class, I think like has been a 200% transformation, and it has only happened because there were like those 22 volunteers who were ready to go in that slum and start teaching the kids in the first place. And from there, we are now at 11 centers, and it is because those 22 people started that journey, and like they were able to create a volunteering community of around 400 volunteers in the span of like 4 to 5 years. I think that is what like the perfect example of this code would be. So in UNI, what we do, Rani, can you please change the slide? We always tell it. I remember like meeting Sakshi like in January, and I told her that one day I would like to hear your story in front of 90 people, because I was doing a session. I was like, yeah, you will get to share your story, and I'm so happy that she joined in January this year. And like in what is this, like April, this is the 4th month, and she is sharing her story in front of all the people. I'm extremely proud, Sakshi. And at the same note, I would like to say that, please make it as your story. You would be the ones going around and telling your story, because that is what is needed in the world right now. Looking at all the social media stories, looking at all the stories going on WhatsApp, I think like this is what the world needs right now: a little bit of kindness, a time from you. And in UNI, there is a culture where we do affirmations. So firstly, I would like to affirm Krishna Priya ma'am for like joining us today. I think I have done a lot of sessions. I am not lying. I have done a lot of sessions in the last few months. Part of the session today, and you were listening the entire time, and you were like adding, you were saying yes and all of that, and that too being like so involved in what we are doing right now. Thank you for joining and like being part of it at this point. I'm sure this is after your working hours. I would like you to please share some words, and like what do you think about it?
It's been very, very nice. It was wonderful. And there's more joy in giving than in receiving. And I tell it as a teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher. And even my grandfather used to call me professor. All of you who are here now are students. Okay. And tomorrow, when you join UNI and you start your baby steps in teaching, I'm very sure that it will be such an enjoyable experience. And the joy that you get See, in teaching, in your little things, doing things for others, there's no greater joy than that. And I'm so happy that we have, I think it's around, at present around 60, 69 participants. And, each one of us, what we do may be just a bit, but it is, with little drops that the ocean is made. And it is with little things that we do that a great change is made. Thank you all for this wonderful experience.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been really pleasure to hear your words, and that will definitely motivate people to participate in this workshop. Now I would like to invite our student coordinator, Dr. Galvina Pereira, to share her words with us.
I think she seen zoned or
Yeah.
hear zoned us.
I guess maybe some network issue. So I would like to invite now our CSR head, Miss Vishasha Mishra, to share her words with us. And over to you, Vishasha.
Thank you, Gaurav. First of all, guys, it was such a wonderful session. And I did got the chance to share my good thing, but my good thing now is hearing all the inspirational stories from all of you, and also the smile of KP ma'am. Actually, one of my friend, she was working in the NGO, so she told me like write a poem on the child labor for to motivate the society for the so that they can teach the children. So at that time, I think before lockdown, I think in the month of March or April, I wrote that poem. So I want to share this with you all. Just a second. Yeah. जिन हाथों में होने चाहिए थे खिलौने, वो नन्हे हाथ लगे हैं अब बर्तन धोने। सड़क पर लोगों को जो बेचते हैं फूल, जीवन में उनके भरे हैं केवल शूल। चाहिए थी जिनको सहारे की उंगली, उन हाथों में है अब चाय की केतली। उनका भी स्वप्न है करना पढ़ाई लिखाई, इस छोटी उम्र में फिर करे क्यों वो कमाई। कपड़े हैं मैले परंतु निर्मल है मन, नैनों में है अश्क जख्म से भरा है तन। रहने के लिए पास में नहीं है कोई घर, आसमान है छत और धरा है बिस्तर। छोटी उम्र में करने लगे हैं जो मेरे साथ, कब उन नन्हे हाथों को मिलेगा इंसाफ। चाहिए था जिनको माँ बाप का दुलार, क्यों उनके हिस्से है मालिक की मार। छोटी सी जान पर जब जुल्म करे इंसान, कैसे भला न रूठे ऐसे लोगों से भगवान। इन नन्हे से बच्चों पर करिए रहम, घाव भी मत दीजिए अगर नहीं है मरहम। बच्चों को न करिए इतना मजबूर कि बचपना छोड़कर बने वो बाल मजदूर। पिछड़े में न कैद कर इन्हें उड़ने दीजिए, बचपन की सारी खुशियाँ इन्हें जीने दीजिए। कैसा है इंसान जो ईश्वर को है पूजता और ईश्वर स्वरूप से ही काम करवाता। बाल मजदूर में जब दिखेगी अपनी संतान, रूह भी ठहर जाएगी जुल्म करने से इंसान। बच्चों के लिए शिक्षा है बहुत ज़रूरी, फिर भी क्यों चल रही है ये बाल मजदूरी। प्यार पाने का है उनका भी अधिकार, बाल मजदूरी का न करे उन्हें शिकार। हाथ जब उठेंगे बाल मजदूरी के खिलाफ, तब इन नन्हे बच्चों को मिलेगा इंसाफ। राष्ट्र से खत्म होगी जब बाल मजदूरी, तभी प्रत्येक बच्चे की चाहत होगी पूरी। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, Vishasha. It was really a wonderful poem. Each and every lines were giving the goosebumps. I hope it was giving to all of us. I can see the reactions from the people. And I would also like to thank you and I it was really great to see the story of your side, what the NGOs are doing for our society. And it was not only one side, it's for both the side. Like we are also enjoying, they are also enjoying. We are also learning the good things, like Adi says ki, we have developed something for us, like confidence mila and many things. Similarly, the childs are also getting motivated to learn new things. So it's really beautiful to see that people are participating in such things. And from this, I would say ki many of us would participate in this workshop. So in the starting, there was 80 participants. Now there are 60. So I guess most of us will definitely participate. So for that, I am also sharing a feedback link in the description, in the chat box, so that we can get an rough count. What's the count? And you can fill this feedback link and get the certificate also from it. And now I would like to close this session with a formal vote of thanks. So with the end of this, myself Gaurav Pandey, and I am the assistant head of the CSR committee. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the entire BCP CSR committee. Special thanks to all the U&I leaders who spared time from their busiest schedule to grace this webinar. I hope all of us learned something from you, and many of us will be interested to join the U&I organization. I would also like to thank Ms. Sakshi Kasat for volunteering this session. Also, I would like to extend a special thanks to our student coordinator, that's Dr. Galvina Pereira and Dr. Sagar Patel, for providing encouragement and support to all of us. I wish to express my gratitude to our principal madam, Professor Krishnapriya Mohan Raj, for her enthusiastic support and coordination. And as no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to our entire BCP CSR committee members. Thank you guys for making this webinar successful with your contribution on the backside of the stage. I also want to thank the one and only the Bombay College of Pharmacy for providing us this platform and giving us an opportunity to organize this webinar and helping us in spreading the awareness amongst the people. Finally, I would like to convey sincere thanks to our beloved audience for being patient and being interactive and giving the reactions in the chat box from the emojis and keeping the session interactive. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
I request you all to put on your cameras so that we can record this.
Yes, all the participants, please switch on the camera. Thank you so much, everyone. It's really good to see that people are getting interactive and all of us are there. Thank you.
Guys, do you have any questions? You have any feedback? You can always tell us. So if you have any questions, just feel free to unmute yourself. Yeah, to put it in the chat box. I mean, there are no questions, like the workshop was very informative. So I'm assuming we will all see you all in the recruitment phase. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yes, and please fill the feedback form so that we all know that how many people are interested in volunteering. Thank you.
Okay, if it is not clear, like the workshop has ended, there is dead silence on the call. So if you want, you can go and enjoy jitna bhi evening bacha hai and watch something relaxing. Take care of yourself and your family members and your loved ones. Yeah, that's about it from our side. Thank you so much for joining the call today. Bye.
Once again, guys, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your poem. It was really, really lovely.
Yeah,
You guys
plus
are doing
one.
such a great job. I think I can also participate in this, but not now. I think May. You said May, na?
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
fill the form now. Any which ways, the application and entire process will start from me because you all have your exams, right? It does not make sense to interrupt
Yes.
with your exam. वैसे भी कड़की पड़ा हुआ है from university. So let's just focus on your exam, and after the exam is done, we'll come back and do the entire recruitment and all of that.
Yes, sure. So